Day 15 of the 31 days of Halloween, and you know what day it is? It's Whatever I Want to Play With Wednesday. So, let's get started. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and as you can see, I've cleaned off my table a little bit so we can start fresh. I have a new tag up here ready to go, and you know what I think I want to play with today? I think I want to do something different. So I have some rub-ons here from Die Cuts with a View, but we need a background to put them on. I don't want to put them on white. Just don't want to put them on white. So I'm thinking, what shall we do with this background? I'm tired of using scrapbook papers. I want to do something different. I just don't know what. Yes, I do. Hold that thought. Let's pull out our envelope again. I think we can make it mostly fit. I think we can. I'm going to move this off to the side so I can pull out the paper trimmer so I can cut the sides off of this envelope, but we're going to need the tops. So let's cut this down. We'll have that scrap for something later maybe. But we need to cover this whole envelope, or this whole package. So I'm going to put this right in the center that I can, so we get all the lettering and not, or all of the packaging, the pattern on here. So we're going to squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. I love to squiggle. And then we're going to flip this upside down, and we're going to position this right in the center. Now, yes, I'm going to lose some of that on either side, but I'm okay with that, because I'd rather do that than get into the white parts on the envelope. I may have done that just a little bit anyway. So, we're going to see what happens. And because I don't trust my straight line at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to put on my cheaters. And we're going to use the paper trimmer, and I'm going to have to pull it down here to me where I can see. And so I can line that up as close to that tag edge as I can get. Turn it around, do the same thing. The one thing I like about the Fiskars trimmer is it has the guide wire, so you can see right where your edge is at, and I really appreciate that. Now this other side might be a little tricky because I might not have got that on there square, but we're gonna fake it till we make it as we make this tag. I'll put that back up there so I can see my guide wire all the way down. And I think I found it. Now see, we have, that one I didn't get quite off, but we have some strip pieces here that we could use in a collage, and we may do that later with something. But I didn't get that quite trimmed down, so I'm going to come back in here and redo that. So I make sure I get that trimmed off good. Some things I do better with my cheaters, and some things not so much. Cutting those off with the cheaters wasn't really the best idea. Now we have this up here, and we have this down here, but that's okay, because I'm going to put something down here, and this one we're going to lose part of when we do our tag edge. So we're okay with that. By the time we get done decorating, you won't even see that. Just need to position this in the right corner. Okay, I did the right corner there. That's why I have the dot there, so I can remember which corner I'm using as I do these videos, or I'd probably forget. I have faith in me. Okay, so we have that. Now we don't want the autumn. We don't really want that. I think the trick or treat is what we want to use. And I've had these in my stash probably 20 years. I'm pretty sure. Because I got them. Oh, and they're not rub-ons, they're stickers. So let's see how that shows up there. Maybe. Or, what did I do with one of those other tags that I just had, that I just did? What did I do with them? There we go. Do we like this one on this? Whoops, we didn't want all of those, just the one. Too dark. This one's not bad. But I don't think that's what I want either. I know I don't want it on black. Oh. Let me see this. This might be an option. And I know I had one of these others open. Whoops. There are two there. That one's going to be too big. But this one we might be able to put on there. Let's see if we've got one that doesn't have something on it. I don't think I do. I think those are all of my options. And it just stuck to something over there, so we know where it's at least, right? Okay, let me look at one of these two. And we'll come back to it. Don't want those. We really need the solid. Yeah, none of those are going to work. So let's put those back. And let's go back to, what about that one? Of course, that one's stuck to orange contact paper, orange construction paper. So let's try this one. What about if we do... Let's try cutting that off a little bit, because we got some of that orange scrapbook paper on there. So let's cut that out of the way. And let's cut this one down. And that will better let us see how this is going to fall. There's that one. And then there's this one. I like this one better, I think. I think it fits better. Yeah, it fits better on that one. So we'll put these back over here in the box. And we'll come back with our sticky scissors and trim that off. Okay, just like that. Okay, now that we have this, I still have some sticky on there. There we go. Not sure where the sticky went, but it's not on there. Okay, so we have that. Now I have trims over here that I thought about using. I just have to see where they went. Here they are. I have these, and these will help cover up that bottom. So let's do this one across the bottom. This one here. So I need to come in here and cut this off a little bit so I can get a measurement. And we can trim that down some. But today I guess it's turning out to be all about the stickers, right? So let's put this one down, and that will cover that line, just like that. Trim that off. Trim that off. As soon as we get that out of the way, the whole idea behind the 31 Days of Halloween was to get into your stash and use your stuff, which is what I'm doing. I don't know how long I've had these in my stash, but it's been a while. And I might, if I can make these cooperate, get them put back so I've got them for next time. And I thought about bringing out this. And the reason I thought about bringing that out was because we do have that part up top to hide. So I could put that across there, or I could put more of that across there. Even that would work. Right there. I think that'll do. So we have that orange in both places to hide that seam. And I'm going to drop it kind of low because remember we're going to be putting our dot there. And I guess we're going to use a black dot because, you know, we've used all this other orange stuff. So I guess we'll use a black dot on there. And I'm going to turn this around, center it down here on my table where I have my ruler down here on the bottom of my mat. And then we're going to go right in the center of that. And I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and we're going to come back and we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. And I have them ready. So I'm going to get out my scissors and get the ribbon off my fingers. Set this aside so I can set this down here. Now remember, this is whatever I want Wednesday. And by the time you see this, I will just be getting home. But I am going to do a Thursday video, so you'll have it tomorrow on time. And then Thursday, I can start back in recording things in a regular manner, not in a let's drive myself crazy manner. It's been a busy day recording 8 of these videos so that we did not have a gap in our 31 days of Halloween. Now, they are not all going up on the blog on time. I'm putting them up on the blog in groups, but I am trying to remember to get them uploaded to Instagram every afternoon. So sometime afternoon, these will go up on Instagram on the day they are due. So make sure if you want to get a close-up look at them and not just watch the video, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Kelly's Creative Dreams, where I will be posting these every day. Let's see if I can get this under there and get that hole punched. I'm going to come back in with the fabric scissors and finish clipping that off where the lace didn't turn loose. Where didn't it turn loose? Oh, because my knot moved, my hole moved. That's what the problem was. Okay, so what do we put in the top? I think we're going to do, as soon as I get packaging out of my way, we have a lot of options here. This needs to be rewrapped and out of my way. This doesn't belong up here. This doesn't go with this one. And I don't have a pin there. Let me grab a pin, because that continues to unravel and it's getting tangled up in everything on my table. So let me get that one taken care of and it will be out of the way. And this one has a straight pin, a non-head straight pin in it. So I've been trying to get rid of those and put in actual straight pins so that I can find the head of them when I'm ready. Got out of those. Okay, so fibers for this. I don't think we want the purple. I think this is a good place for the black. And I think I want to use, do I want to use the seam binding? What about purple? No, purple doesn't work for me. Too much orange and not the right color of orange. Wide black seam binding. I think it's going to be this. And you know what I should have done? I should have had my iron plugged in. So let's give it a minute while we talk about where we go from here. Tomorrow's the last video before I leave that I've got to record tonight. So I am going to, tomorrow is 13th, 14th. This is the 15th. So the 16th, I think, whatever Thursday is, it's Thrifty Thursday. So I'll be playing with stuff that either I picked up in a thrift store yard sales or is stashed in my office or in my studio. So that's what we're going to be playing with tomorrow. I am trying to keep the days straight in my head when I'm talking, but except for Boo Boo on day 10, I've been keeping them straight on the videos themselves. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm going to see, this warms up pretty quick. I'm going to see if it'll be warm enough that I can press that out. Not quite, but I'm going to pinch that off there, let that iron sit there and heat up, and then I can put this away. And I think I'm going to tie this one off with the sparkly thread. So we've got a little bit extra color up the top. I think that'll work out nicely. Come on, iron, heat up. We got things to do. There went my cheaters on the floor because my cord was in the way. Should have had this up and ironed. It is plugged in and it's trying. It's starting to get warm. So, what has been your favorite tag so far? We're almost to the halfway point. So far, what's been your favorite tag? Leave me a comment down in the description box below and let me know what's been your favorite. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this over, pull it up. Didn't really need that long, did I? That works. Bring around my tweezers. I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm getting butterfingered and I'm dropping stuff and I'm knocking stuff off the work table. It's time to call it a night. So I'm going to pull this up. I have one video left and then I can go to bed and be ready to finish packing in the morning for my trip, which is my ultimate goal. Okay, we've got this. Let's see how this is doing here. That's better. And I'm going to leave the iron plugged in for now so I can do that on our next tag and it'll be done. So I'm going to bring this sparkly baker's twine around. I may have gotten this from Stampin' Up. I have a wide variety of baker's twines that I can use in my projects. Some of them I got from Stampin' Up, some of them I did not. And of course this one, because it has that silver wiry thread in there, it doesn't want to hold. So I'm going to try and do this without losing everything, including my mind. There we go. And we're done. Get the scissors out of the way, or the tweezers out of the way. Get the scissors in the way. And I really mismeasured that one, didn't I? So let's just snip those off like that. Those can go in the garbage. This can go in a cluster. And we are done with day 15. Day 15 of the 31 days of Halloween. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What's been your favorite tag so far? Spooky creative blessings.